What is the difference between what we've been doing with adding and subtracting and adding and subtracting with decimals?
No, just bring the decimal down.
I thought she was going to be clean for like a second. I think she's like wiping it off now. The difference is the decimal, and like somebody just said, you bring it straight down. It doesn't matter if you're adding or subtracting, you bring it straight down every time. Gotta hide this from her. Okay. So I'm going to work on the page that starts out 702, so 702 and 35 hundredths. That's where I'm starting at. $702 and 35 hundredths minus 562 and, I'll line that up a little better, and 34 hundredths.
140 decimal 01.
You already figured it out?
Mm-hmm.
Miss Lisa's on it. What does that sign mean?
Which one?
Subtract. This one right here. Minus. Do we remember that from that diagnostic test we had to take? You know me? Wipe it off. Alright, so if I said 702 and 35 hundredths minus 562 and 34 hundredths, this is how you write right here, this stuff. It is this number minus this number. Alright? Get it off. So I start off with the 5 and the 4, right? Can I subtract 4 from 5?
Yeah.
Notice how I said 4 from 5.
No.
Yes.
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can.
Look at you trying to get attitude. Look at her. I can't subtract 4 from 5. I'm taking 4 from 5. Alright, I'm saying this because I want you to recognize that just because I'm saying it differently doesn't mean anything, because we're going to get into that when we get into greater than, less than. Alright, so I'm pointing it out right now. Now I can say 5 minus 4, or I can say 4 from 5, because I'm taking it from 5. It's the same thing. Now you're not going to see that often, but like I said, I'm saying this because that's what we're going to get into in a little bit. So 5 minus 4 is 1. 3 minus 3 is?
0.
Decimals, you bring it straight down. Duh. 2 minus 2 is? 0 minus 6 is?
It's 4. No.
It's 4.
No.
0 minus 6, what do I got to do, Ernest?
You gotta borrow from your 7.
I need to borrow from my 7, right? What position is the 7 in? Hundreds. That 7 is going to become a 6, making that a 10, right? 10 minus 6 is 4. Thank you, sir. 6 minus 5 is 1. Lisa wins all.
You got it right.
It's your mouth. Alright. Only difference from what we were doing last week to what we were doing right now is that decimal comes straight down. Every time. Oh.
Want to pick it up for you?
No, thank you. She's trying to take a little, just so we all know. Alright, so I'm pointing this stuff out for a reason. Does anybody have one that they want to do or that they want me to do? You guys can come up if you want. You can come up.
It don't matter which one it was.
Huh? No, it doesn't matter which one. You want to do some practice ones before we go on? Did she run up with the
What
eraser
you doing,
again?
12 or 13? What problem?
I'll keep that up there for a minute.
Okay.
You can take it out. I just needed the rest of one number, I'm sorry.
You're fine.
140.0.
Are we all good?
Yeah.
I'm gonna erase it.
10.
It's okay if you're working ahead as long as you know what we're doing right now.
Now you irritate me.
Good pal.
It irritates you every day.
Yeah, but today is special.
You look special.
See? You're on my head for no reason. Well, right.
You know, slap and smack you.
Don't do it.
Smack you.
Take that. Go do some work.
Come on. You do
Hey,
You hear that?
I do. Stop.
Why you writing so small?
Don't worry about it.
I can't read, cuz.
How are we supposed to read that?
Streets, if you would please just all across the board. So you
Put the name at the top so we know who you are.
we did that game last week.
Uh,
Thank you. You want a piece of paper?
Now I ain't got nowhere for the rest of my numbers.
Ignorant.
so,
Shut up.
Give her one of your extra phones.
If I.
Can everybody see that?
yes, sir. What time you doing?
I'm doing the one on the other side, 943.80, and 83 tenths. 8300, my fault, my bad. Sure. 8600. Minus 729 and 21.
Nicely said.
Or you can take 6 from 5. I mean, you can take 6.
One from
One.
6.
That's 5. That's 6. Can't do that. That's 3. That's 13. That's 4. Bring your dot down, or your
Decimal.
decimal.
Mhm.
And 3 minus 2 is 1. 7 minus 9 is 2.
Done. Well done.
What we doing every day?
What? What do you want to say?
What we doing with things?
Just give that to me when we're done with it. Do you want to do one? You don't have to. You can't. If you want. Go.
Oh, I ain't make see Mike so they
You want some too?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'll. Somebody sleeping in your class.
I can see her back.
If y'all fall asleep, you want to do me.
What's that, sorry?
Antonio, stop trying to
I'm
touch people.
stretching.
You're killing me. I can see you.
Show your mouth, bro.
I did,
You look like a giant.
Disregard. We're gonna put him in a bubble. We're gonna call him Tony Bubble. And the world will be a better place. Chad, tell me what you did. I'll point.
9 is 0. Ain't take 6 from 7, so you got a bar. Make the 4 and 2 is 3. 16 minus 7 is 9. 3 minus 2 is 0. 7 minus 3 is 4. Because your decimal. You don't gotta bring it to it.
Right, and there's the decimal. And 2 minus 2 is 0, so you don't gotta do it. Do we feel comfortable with this to go on?
Yeah.
If not, like I said, tomorrow you will have worksheets generated specifically for your needs. So if I feel you need to work on something,
Oh,
welcome.
Put her up.
He's already at it. Just for there. He said pair of Karen if you want. But yeah, so if you are finding this difficult, if you're finding anything difficult, and maybe you're working on this stuff at home with somebody and they're helping you, but you in particular know that you need help on something, you need to let me know. Whether it be in text message, whether you just come up and be like, hey, can I get some stuff on this? We're cool, just gotta let me know. She's all like, you took my seat, oh my god. I wouldn't have stayed there for 3 seconds, but you took it anyway. You took it anyway. You're right, he is at it today.
Give me my phone.
Alright, we're erasing this. Next up, greater than, less than, equal to. Where's my paper password?
Right here. I'm done. You ain't done.
You done, bro?
Yeah.
Let me see your paper.
You know that copy is getting more work.
I'm gonna copy
Hands
it.
out.
I'll get these two. Do we got to do the back side of it? Yeah.
So can we turn this one in since we done with this one in?
If you're done with it, you can turn it in, yeah. I have to sign it. What do we write on top of all our papers?
Our name,
Uh-huh.
date, and Mississippi.
And 2A, yes, thank you.
2C.
2C, I guess, 4. No, there's 3.
Just stay away. It needs music. Hey, man. Tell me about my word. You're gonna bust you wide open, I'm telling you.
Alright, does everybody have one of these?
Yeah, possibly. I would.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Streets, what did I just say to put at the top of your paper?
Ah, shit, what?
Someone please tell Streets what to put at the top of his paper.
Put that you the teacher name all around.
You don't have to put mine in, but put like the date and A2.
I'm gonna put Mr. C.
Or 2A.
I'm Mr.
Are you gonna be Mr.?
Yes.
Antonio has just dipped me.
Yeah.
Trouble for life.
What's today, the 15th? Give me your money like till next week.
Run.
I'm bringing my nephew in here this week.
Good.
You can bring your kids in here with us? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bringing my kids. I'm gonna do it. We're gonna have a class full of babies.
You ain't gonna talk or nothing.
Okay.
We can have a quiz on the baby.
Why you give me 2 papers, man?
Cause somebody else was saying.
Be alright. You'll be alright. Okay, so greater than, less than, equal to.
Who can I do the first one?
We're not there yet.
You got to do it on the board, so.
Hi.
I know what it is.
So when we do practice ones, I'll let you do one, I promise. Alright. Less than. Who can tell me about these things? Who knows anything?
Me.
What's
I
something
do.
something that I need to know?
You need the signs in there.
There's some signs, right?
Yes,
They look like little arrows and an equal sign.
If you wrote some numbers on the board right now, like 85 and 72,
Mm-hmm.
the mouth will be facing, the big mouth will be facing towards.
That's what I wanted to hear, the mouth, right?
Yeah.
Who remembers the alligator?
Gator.
Gator. We got Florida fans in here. Get out. No, okay. But I like to teach you what's really going on though, right? So I know that you know the alligator eats the bigger number.
Yep.
So on this first worksheet though, this is how we're going to write it. So I'm looking at the 75 and 44. Actually, no wait. I'm going to look at the 30 and 56. So I've got 30, box, 56. Which number is greater?
What number is that?
So the mouth will
Yeah.
swallow the 56.
Alright?
What number is
It
that?
should be that one, yeah.
How do I read this?
Greater than.
Greater than that.
Well, we read left to right though, right?
30 is less than 56.
30 is less than
58. What number is that?
56.
Ah, that's number 1.
What's the difference between than and then? Anybody know?
So then is now and
cut me.
Dan, what you say?
Then is time.
Oh, okay.
Alright? Then is for time.
Mhm.
Than is like two objects, comparing something.
Mhm.
Alright, so 30, I'm sure we all see it, is less than 56. That's how you read that. On this first worksheet, just this first one, underneath all these boxes, I want you to write greater than, less than, or equal to, depending on how you read it. Because I want this to be pounded in your head.
You said do what?
So underneath this,
You want to like great and less?
right, so this one, right, the number 2, 28, box, 38. How do I read this?
28 is
28 is less
less
than 38.
Right. So I want you to write less than. Just this first worksheet. There's another one after this with larger numbers. Okay? So you're going to write it as you read it.
Can we just put the, can we
This one,
can we just initial it? Like
The one I just gave you. There's another one. You just don't have it yet.
Just initial like GL?
Yes, that's fine. That's fine. Okay? Now what's the difference between this right here, 28 is less than 38, or 38 is greater than 28?
38 is greater than 28.
But is there any difference in the way that I wrote those?
Just backwards.
I just flipped it, right? But I flipped all of it. That's important. Okay, so we're going to run into stuff where you're going to see it written out like this, and you're going to need to recognize that greater than, less than, equal to means something. Those words mean something. That's why when I wrote that subtraction problem, I wrote out the word minus. When you guys had your diagnostic test at the start of this term, some people didn't recognize the word minus. It was actually written out, this number minus this number. You want to know? So you need to be able to recognize these words for the tests and stuff that we have to take. That comes back to us learning the word form, knowing the numbers, knowing how they're written. Some people have really gotten down subtraction and addition, but they still haven't quite grasped onto word form. So they're going to be working on word form tomorrow. Does anybody have any questions over greater than, less than, or equal to? Okay. If you do, what are you doing? If you do, you have to let me know. Lord help me. Don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just because nobody thinks you're funny doesn't mean you gotta be mean to everybody. Okay.
Oh, no, she take the third. You like the problem with this You want nothing but subtraction. Take away. You want to add you to
Who knows?
the
Okay. So we're gonna finish up this worksheet. There's another worksheet. Where's Chad at?
Right here.
Somebody's at the door.
Is it somebody peeping or trying to get in?
Somebody's talking. Jennifer. Jennifer, stop.
Another one. Another one.
She's popping up at my spot. She got me hot. Oh, you forgot our donuts today, bro.
One. Not your bro.
They messed it up when they ain't come.
Yeah. Yes. So, okay, so there's a question. Everybody quiet. Alright, again, just in case. Which one are you on, 30?
Yeah, okay, but I'm making it
You didn't
night.
even do all that I told you to do.
What?
You didn't do everything I told you to do.
What? What? I did it. That should be good enough. Come on, now.
We'll discuss this later.
Alright.
Alright. Okay, so I'm looking at number one on the other side, it says 30 and 56. So I get 30, box, 56, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one's greater?
56.
56.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting, and does anyone remember the Pac-Man? So I got Pac-Man here. That guy's fat. He only wants to get fatter. He's like me. He's like pizza. Let's get it. Here's my little Pac-Man, right?
So would that be greater then?
Mm-hmm. Listen.
Red. This is 30 is less than, and I'll put this back in there just to make sure. Is less than 56. So underneath it, all right. So we all recognize that the mouth eats the bigger number, right? All right, so if we think about it in alligator terms, 30 is less than 56. So underneath this, I'm going to write less than.
Could you do 81 box 75?
81 box 75, no problem.
Can you do 70 box 36?
81 box, Karen, you said 75? Okay, guys, which one's greater?
81.
81.
81. Because 81 is bigger.
So you don't want to deal with the bigger numbers, you want to deal with the smaller numbers.
No, well, if you see this, because we were talking about alligators, right? Think of it as like an alligator mouth. He wants the bigger number because he's fat. And he's balling, and he wants, like, whatever.
I guess what I'm looking at where it says greater than, and that there's the way that
This is how it's read. So no matter what, so this is greater than. Okay? Because you read from left to right. That's why. These will always match up when you read left to right. So a number is greater than the second number. This number is less than the second number. Is that what was getting you?
yeah, I couldn't fix it.
But that's why these signs are specifically with these words. Because as you read it, left to right, that's how it'll look.
Let's see. Can you
Yes,
look
sir.
over this for me?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
I'm done. You so fucking ugly.
My mama,
Hey.
my mama don't think I'm ugly.
That's your mama.
Apologize, please, for saying that.
She think I'm so handsome.
Please apologize.
That
is rude and uncalled for.
It was not.
No, it wasn't called for.
I am not sorry.
Yeah.
You the first person to call me ugly.
Do you wanna
in
leave?
2012.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Sure, I'm
I
going.
think you're ugly.
Dang.
She still could be my wish, but.
And this thing's still